Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. So, in today's pod chat, I'm going to be touching on a few habits that I feel like every young lady should be aware of or be taught while growing up. So, every mom, every sister, every auntie should teach the little girls while growing up. Okay, so I'm gonna dive straight into it now. Now, the first one, first of all, I'm going to say that this points might seem very basic, but I feel like there are things that actually do matter, especially as young girls start to grow up into young ladies and women. And these are things that they will find will come in very handy as they get older. Okay, so the first one would be regularly washing their hands. Every young lady should know that they should wash their hands with soap and water, wash their hands before they eat, wash their hands in the bathroom or after they use the loo, the ladies, the bathroom, after touching general public surfaces and spaces, walls and things like that. I mean, I'm not saying that you should be obsessed when it comes to cleanliness, but at the same time, I feel like women should just be aware of, not just women, even people in general, men in general too, should be aware of having their hands clean, should be aware of whatever they're touching, and obviously try to keep their hands as clean as possible. So before eating, after eating, or after they've been out. If your child has been out for a play date, for example, they come home, you remind them that they need to wash their hands. After they come back from nursery, after they come back from school club dates, things like that, just remind them that they need to wash their hands. Another point would be that they need to have a bath, they need to shower daily, they need to use soap, they need to pay attention to areas that are prone to sweat and bacteria accumulation. Places like their underarms, their feet, in between their toes, their toenails, the groin area, the necks, the nose, the back of the ear, the back of the neck, places like that, if I'm making sense. So just teach your little girls, we should teach our little girls to remember to stay clean, have a bath, have a shower, stay fresh. If you're sweating and you feel like you need to have a wash, please let them know that they need to have a wash, because at the end of the day, these habits will become a part of them as they grow older. Another habit that I feel like every young lady should be taught is to use clean towels and linens and to change them quite regularly to prevent bacterial growth. I remember I was watching a video maybe a year or two ago about I think someone using or people using their bathing towels, body towels, to wipe their hands. And yeah, basically that you shouldn't use the towel that you used to clean your body to wipe your hands after you wash your hands. I think it kind of makes sense, even though it can feel a bit more OCD-ish, but at the end of the day, I feel like it does make sense, because whatever you're using to clean your body really should be separate from what you used to clean your face. I feel like the face is a bit more tender, a bit more sensitive. So keep things that you used to wash your hands, for example, and wipe your hands separate from what you used to wipe your face. So just teach little girls that they need to use clean towels, wash their towels. Of course, as the little girls, you're going to be doing that for them, but they should also see you as the example that they follow. They should see you washing your towels, they should see you washing your linens, your undies, your clothes, your hand towels, your napkins, the napkins that you use in the kitchen, so that it becomes a habit for them as well, and obviously help to prevent more bacteria from growing in your household, on your beddings, on your towels, on your body. Okay, another habit I feel like every young lady should be taught is to be properly clean, stay clean and sanitizing. When it comes to the time of the month, obviously they're much older now, to the point where they're big girls. They should learn that they should have sanitized products. They should be a bit more extra cautious during the time of the month. So remember that they should change every few hours and not use the same sanitary products, sanitary pads for hours and hours, because sometimes that can lead to obviously more bacterial growth, too much moisture, which can lead to more infections. Different things can start to get complicated and happen down there. So let us teach our young girls that they should try and be extra careful and extra clean during that time of the month. Make sure that they're changing their sanitary towels, make sure that they're washing up, they're cleaning up properly, make sure that they're using the right things. Just make sure that they're wiping down there as often as is necessary, using water, maybe not bringing in too many extra products like creams and all of that, because you want things to be kept clean down there. You want things to be natural and the pH value to stay as it should be. Okay, I'm going to leave that there so I don't go with too much TMI. Another point would be teaching young girls to groom regularly. Some people may not agree with shaving, because I know obviously the hairs on our bodies are there for a reason. They're there to protect us from bacteria. They're there to protect us from different things that could happen on our bodies. They're there to fight for our bodies. But I feel like making sure that things are actually clean, be it in your underarm or your legs, is also it also makes sense. So make sure you're grooming regularly. If you're shaving your underarm, you shave your underarm. You're brushing your teeth twice a day. You're flossing. You're using your mouthwash so you can have your breath staying fresh. Your overall health is in check and things like that. Okay. Another habit I feel like is necessary is hair care. Let us teach our young girls to keep their hair clean and neatly styled. Avoid contact with products that will cause breakouts or scalp infections. So habits that basically can lead to scalp infections. So making sure that they're not carrying the same hairstyle for too long. Their scalp is not so moist that they start to have maybe some sort of mold or dandruff going into something else. And just being cautious, being clean, being tidy when it comes to our hair. Washing your hair when necessary, restyling when necessary, and conditioning when necessary. Just being neat, basically. That should be, I feel like that is something that is very, very important for women, for us to stay tidy, for us to look presentable. Okay, whether you're carrying your natural afro hair or you're carrying your weaves, your wigs, your extensions, it doesn't really matter. Just look clean and tidy. Now, the final habit I'm going to touch on today would be, this is a big one because I obviously I'm an only girl in my family. I grew up without sisters, so I'm not used to sharing personal items with other girls or other women. I've never been the type of person to share things with other people. Like when it comes to using someone else's hairbrush, someone else's makeup, I hardly do that. And I feel like that is something that every young girl should be taught. I'm not saying you can't share, but just be mindful of sharing items that are very personal. I laugh when I see comments on some maybe people's social media, silly comments like, "Oh, can I have your wig? Can I have your this? Can I have your that?" I'm like, yeah, but the wig is almost like it's very dear. It's very personal to someone. It almost is like an underwear, in my opinion. Anyway, it might not be that big of a deal, but to me, it is. So let's teach our young girls to avoid sharing things that are very personal with other people. Have your own makeup. Have your own hairbrushes. Have your own razors. So that you don't transmit bacteria from one person to another and start to have infections for no reason. Funny story, I remember one time, a few years ago, I was going on a trip with friends for an event, and obviously we all had our makeup on. There was 3 of us at the back of the car, and there was this, I think it was like a MAC lip gloss back then. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was MAC. And I was like, oh, I'd like to try it. So we all kind of used the same lip gloss with the applicator, basically. So we all used the same applicator, put the lip gloss on our lips, and literally in the space of a few seconds to minutes, my lips started to swell. And I was like, oh my goodness, why are my lips swelling? What's going on? Then I realized, we've all shared the same applicator, which shouldn't be done. If you want to share makeup, share a lip gloss or lipstick with somebody, you should maybe put a smudge it on your finger and apply it, or put it on something and then apply it. Don't put it directly on your lips, which is why when you watch makeup artists doing people's makeup, they tend not to use the actual applicator that comes with the lip product. They would have a specific applicator that they probably dispose of, or they can sanitize and reuse. If you notice, if you watch closely, you will see they don't actually, or put it in their hand and apply it. They don't actually use the same applicator on everybody else that comes with the original packaging. Yeah, so I just thought I'd throw that in there. So please, let's teach our girls not to share shaving sticks, blades, hairbrushes, makeup items, bras, pants. Please, that is just unacceptable.
Unacceptable. I'm done.
Please don't share no one's pants. I don't see the sense in it. It just does not make sense to me. So please, if that is something that you've done in the past, I think now is a good time to evaluate that decision. And especially if you're having young girls now, you're at the point where you're having children, I feel like, yes, it is something that we should teach our young girls to be aware about. They should be confident and content with what they have. Have your makeup, enjoy it. Your hairbrush, enjoy it. Your blade, enjoy it. Your undies, enjoy it. Your wigs, enjoy it. Your extensions, please. They're yours for a reason, okay? So, yeah. I hope this was somewhat educative, served as a great reminder of some sorts. It's been a topic on my mind for a while now because I'm quite passionate about, this is one of the things I'm very passionate about young girls, and hygiene is something that is very dear to my heart. So I may go deeper into this at some point, or something tied to this at some point. But yes, I hope you found it helpful. Please, if you did enjoy this, leave a comment below. Let me know which point you found interesting, which one caught your attention. And please subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with somebody else you think will find it interesting and useful. Until my next video / pod chat, thank you so much. Please take care of yourself and be good. Bye.